Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of Belle Collective, Season 6, Episode 2, Polyamory. Okay? All right. So if you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. We do reviews here, honey. This is the Diva Nation, okay? And we are family here, okay? And if you are returning, welcome back, y'all. It's your crazy cousin. Welcome back, okay? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and subscribe and comment to my channel. And we will begin. All right, so they got a new intro. I like the intro, okay? They got all the girls looking beautiful and stuff like that. Lateshia, let me give you some applause. Okay, let me. That jacket with that little bra thing that you had in the intro, that kudos to you. You understood the assignment. Kudos to you. Because I told you about your cleavage last time. I said either you may have got your breasts done and it just looked hard and way in the back and that big back and I said I understand because I got a big back too. But I was just like, I need for you to, come correct. And you did. And I thank you. And let me give you some more. You understood the assignment. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Anyway. So, speaking of Lateshia. Okay. Or Lateshia. I don't know what her name is. Anyway. She is a bail bondsman. She is a paralegal, and she got a mentorship. Okay, girl. In Lateshia Person's Enterprise. Okay, that's her. That's all of that is a conglomerate. Okay, so then she meeting up with Carrie. She meeting up with Carrie. She walked in. She said, I'm giving a little Whitley Gilbert. No, you're not. No, you're not. But you cute, though. You cute. Okay, it wasn't a bad outfit, but I didn't see kind of Whitley Gilbert in that outfit. Okay, I ain't recognize Whitley Gilbert in that outfit. But you was cute, though. You was cute. Okay, and does Lateshia know Whitley Gilbert? Did she watch A Different World? Because Lateshia is what, in her late 30s, early 40s or something? Did she watch Different World? I don't know. She may not have watched Different World. We'll know. I watched A Different World, honey, because that was when it came out. When it came out in 88, I graduated high school in 89, so I watched A Different World. Anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Let's keep going, okay? Anyway, so Lateshia wants her to help her relaunch this social. She want her to help her relaunch the Mississippi brunches that she used to do, and she gonna call it a relaunch social. And so she said, well, the party was giving Jackson, but it didn't give the coastal vibes. I think they were talking about Marie's party. And so what's her name? Lateshia was like, in the confessional, not to her face, which I need for them to say it in their face. She said, but if you want to be a part of the collective, you gonna have to tread lightly. You should have said that to her face. Because she said it wasn't giving coastal vibes. It was just giving Jackson. Okay. And so but then they talk about Marie's love triangle. Okay, Lateshia said two plus two is not equal four. So she was like, she don't, but she said she okay. She said she just don't want Marie to get hurt. That's not your place, no way. Okay, that's not your place, no way. All right, but anyway. They try to relaunch this social, and then she say it's not a brunch, but they serving brunch food. So what is it? What is it? Who can? God, shut. Anyway, Leticia, I don't understand. Is it a brunch or is it not a brunch? But they serving brunch food. She said it's a social. Okay, so why you can't call it a brunch though? Y'all serving brunch food. But I think it took place at night. So I guess it can't be a brunch if it took place at night. That's a good point. But they serving brunch food. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why didn't you just call it a social? Why you got to say you serving brunch food? If that's the case, why you call it a social? Anyway, that's neither here nor there either. I get off topic. I be confused about these bells. I do. I'd be confused. Anyway, we going on to Miss Marie. Okay, Miss Marie, with her Hamilton Davis mental health clinic, they are trying to establish a rehab. Also, the Martin Davis mental health clinic facility, whatever. They're trying to get a facility. She talking to Essie. She said, Essie said her health is great. It looks like she look real good. So it do look like her health is great. She is going back and forth between Jackson and Birmingham. She got to have a lung transplant. So, but she looks good. She looks good. So, prayers going up for you, Essie. Okay. So, Essie, no, Marie's talking about retirement. She said, "Listen, I'm 45, man, so I would like to retire." Girl, kudos to you, also. Okay, retiring at 45. Okay, because I'm trying to retire at 62. I'm trying to retire at 62. Okay, no more, no less. Okay, I'm trying to move out this country. And I'm trying to live my life on the beach, okay? 62, okay? But she want to retire at 45. I'm not mad at her, girl. And so Essie was like, "Listen, I'm about to have a lung transplant and stuff. You got to at least give me a year." Okay? She was like, I can't take over this, and they trying to hire somebody else to take Marie's place and stuff like that. She was like, "Give me a year, and then we can revisit this." She was like, "Cause I can't take over none of this, when I'm about to have this lung transplant." I got you, girl. I got you. But Essie said, if you stop trying to juggle two men, you could have a little more time at this business. And I said, "Ooh." Ooh. Okay. Okay. You stop juggling all these men. Okay, you have enough time to devote to this business. And so she was just like, yeah. She said, "Well, I had a good time at my party. I was dancing with both of these men and stuff." She was like, "Cause I'm that bitch." Okay, okay. She said she liked Martin. She said, but she loves Cedric. But she do have fun with Martin. Okay, that's fine. So the next scene, she is at Martin's house. Okay. And he like, what you cooking in there? And she was like, it's a surprise, girl. You cutting up you cutting up fruit. You ain't no surprise. Ain't no surprise. You cutting up goddamn fruit. And so Cedric in this full size bed, because I really and truly don't think it was a queen size bed. It looked like a full size bed. Okay. But I think if you put a queen size bed in there, that room it wouldn't have no room in it. Okay. But anyway, he in this full size bed, and so she come in there with this fruit and stuff. And so they talk about her party. He said, I felt uncomfortable. I felt awkward. He said, I felt like a sucker. And I said, oh. I said, I ain't heard that word in a long time. Boo, tomato, okay? You must be old. You felt like a sucker. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Dirty mother, shut your mouth. Yeah. But Cedric said he did introduce himself to Martin and told him they y'all have a child together and everything like that. Maurice said, she said, well, I'm here with you. I could be over in Martin bed. Girl, y'all know y'all ain't had sex. Y'all know y'all ain't had sex. Don't act like y'all had sex, okay? But she was like, yeah, but I'm here with you. I could be over in his bed. Girl, please. But Cedric was like, listen, I just want you to be happy, So if it's Martin, that's fine. If it's me, that's fine. I just want you to be happy. Fine. Moving on. Selena. She said she want to have an all-white event for her son, Quincy Johnson. I guess it's been 5 years since he passed away. Bless his heart. So, and so she also giving Mike the silent treatment, even though when he come in, she talked to him. But anyway, but you can't really give the silent treatment when you are on reality TV because you got to talk. So I don't know what we talking about. She giving silent treatment when the camera's off. That's what it is. That's what it is. She giving silent treatment when the camera's off. Because I don't know how you gonna give silent treatment. You doing a reality show. Anyway, so Mike walk in. He gonna be like, what he say? What the hell wrong with you? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a little country accent. Okay. What the hell wrong with you? Okay. Okay. He ain't saying like, what the hell wrong with you? He wasn't giving that tone, but it was just like, what the hell wrong with you? Okay. So Selena was like, first and foremost, you ain't answer your phone when you was out of town. Mike smirking. What that mean? What that mean? She said, you ain't answer your phone. He smirking. I don't like that. But she said, yeah, you ain't answer your phone when you was out of town and stuff. She was like, you moving like my boyfriend and not my fiance. Hold on, boo. Hold on. So is that how boyfriends move? That's how boyfriends move? That you out of town and you don't answer your phone? That's how our boyfriends move? I don't think that's how boyfriends move either. I think maybe it's somebody you dating and it's a potential boyfriend, okay? And if he don't answer his phone when he out of town and he ain't you dating him, you should even make him your boyfriend, okay? But I don't think that's how boyfriends move either, okay? Because boyfriend dating, then you boyfriend, girlfriend, then you fiance, then you married. But dating, you got to know if he is even capable of being a boyfriend. And that ain't even capable of being a boyfriend. So she talking about you moving like a boyfriend. I don't know what boyfriend you got going on. Maybe if he was doing that when he was a boyfriend and you allowed it, he don't care nothing about you. You a fiance, he a fiance. He don't care if you allowed it. Then he gonna keep doing it. And so then Mike was like, when he said when she said you moving like a boyfriend and not like a fiance, he was like, moving when, moving. Moving? What we talking about? Moving when? Well, I ain't moving. God damn. Come on, Mike. Come on. Get it together now. And then he said, I be doing stuff. he said, moving. I be doing stuff. Mike, you funny. But you ain't good for reality TV. So Selena in the confessional said Mike used to tell me everything, and but now he getting too comfortable. Like I said before, if he was out of town and not calling you, okay, and you allowed it. And then now he a fiance, he doing the same thing. Because obviously you allowed it. Okay. But apparently you said he told you everything. Obviously not. If he moving like a boyfriend, you are contradicting yourself, baby. You are contradicting yourself. Okay. Did he talk and communicate with you before? And now he don't communicate with you now that you a fiance? Okay. What is it? You contradicting yourself, baby. You contradicting yourself. But anyway, then she she gonna say, she said, we gonna go out with the Pearsons. That's Lateshia and Glenn. So they can help us with our communication because they've been through everything. Child. Oh my God. That is the blind leading the blind. But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That is the blind leading the blind, okay? Lateshia and Glendale cannot tell y'all about y'all communication and stuff like that because Glendale's still in people's DMs, okay? Girl, you better talk to somebody else. You better talk to somebody else. I think you should talk to Latrice and Cliff don't have good communication either. You need to talk to somebody else, baby. You need to talk to somebody else. Okay, cause you should have talked to Akeisha and Willie, okay? Cause they had communication issues and they had to deal with that, okay? But now don't talk to Lateshia and Mike, okay? That is the blind leading the blind, honey. But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so this Mississippi relaunch brunch that took place at night, but they serving brunch food. Carrie show up first. She looking boring as hell. She looking springtime boring, okay? She look like she going to church, okay? She looked like she going to church, But, hey, it is what it is. Selena came. She looking beautiful. Latrice came with stunting on these hoes with that peekaboo dress on, okay? Stunting on these hoes. But Lateshia, when she walked in, Lateshia looking mad. I was like, what's she looking mad for? But anyway, so Carrie walks up to Latrice. She said, I missed you at Marie's birthday party and stuff like that. And Latrice was like, who? She said, well, I didn't know who you were. She was like walking up to me and stuff like that. And so that's how you do it, Marie. That's how you do it. Latrice said, she said to her face, I ain't know who you were walking up to me. But she was like, so my name is Latrice, and so she introduced herself and stuff like that. That's how you do it. You do it to her face. You don't go to the confessional talking about, Hopper, who did woman? You don't go to the confessional to do that, okay? You got to say in their face, Hopper, who did woman? Okay? That's what you need to do. Anyway, but in confessional, Latrice was like, I like Carrie. She was like, she extra. She said, so I love an extra person. So she was like, I like her. So then Marie coming in. Looking like a Martian. Point blank, period. Okay. Looking like a Martian. Okay. It's not. Looking like a Martian. Okay. Point blank, period. Okay. She got this silver outfit on. Okay. These pink shoes. And then she got her hair in balls. She looked like a Martian. I kid you not. Okay. So then Carrie was like, girl, you look like you was on a whole spaceship navigating. She was like, you got your whole spacesuit on. I know that's right. And it's the truth though. That is the truth. I don't know what she thought she was looking like, but she didn't look like nothing. Nothing. Carrie in the confessional, she was just like, Marie came in late as fuck to her girlfriend's event. She was like, I don't like that. And I don't blame you. I don't like people being late too, especially late as fuck, to somebody's event. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that. And I understand, Carrie. So Latrice was like, she looking at Marie, and she was like, I can see your natural BBL in this. And so Marie turned around, she started slapping her butt. And so Marie was like, yeah, this is cornbread fed. Girl, no, it's not, baby. No, it's not. No, it's not, baby. Okay. The cornbread fed, yes. But that the fat that they sucked out from eating cornbread, from your back, from your arms, from your thighs and stuff like that, yeah, and it shot it in your ass and your hips, yeah, that was a cornbread fed, honey. I don't understand why people don't admit that they have a BBL. I don't understand why. Okay, she could have had a large butt. When she did her BBL, she could have had a large butt, because that's what K. Michelle said. She said, but K. Michelle was like, I just wanted a larger butt. Okay, so she could have had a large butt, but you had a BBL. They sucked out fat from eating cornbread, from your back fat, and from your arms, from your stomach, from your thighs, and shot it in your ass, and they made you some hips, baby. Okay? I know made up hips when I see them, okay? So, anyway, Latrice said, Latrice asked Marie, well, what happened at your birthday party? She said, I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. What happened at your birthday party? She was like, I'm a single woman. I can date and everything. I'm a single woman. She was like, y'all all in my business. Let's play a game. True or false? How many y'all dealt with infidelities in y'all marriage? I haven't. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. I ain't a Belle. But she and Latrice in the confessional, she was like, "Are you serious?" She said, "You dealt with infidelities in all your relationships." She was like, "Why are you asking us?" And so Lateshia was like, "Well, listen, I thought nobody answered that question first and foremost. But anyway, but Lateshia said, I thought Martin was your boyfriend. And then all of a sudden he your friend and Cedric is your man." She said, "When did this happen? Just tell me, when did this happen?" And so Marie, and I'm gonna paraphrase because she was talking too much. Basically, she said she dating Martin, and then she rekindled with Cedric at his brother's funeral. Okay, that was it. She started talking, and I was just like, I'm gonna sum this up. Okay. So then Selena and Latrice sit down because Latrice feet hurt with her pretty shoes on. Okay, her feet hurt. Literally, she took her shoes off. Okay, that's how bad her feet hurt. Okay. But Selena said, I couldn't come to work because I had an accident and stuff like that. She said, but after my accident, you seemed distant. Latrice said, yeah, I was in my feelings. I felt like that was an excuse. And I was just like, I don't understand what kind of, I don't know. I don't know what kind of communication they had. Or is this maybe just a storyline? I don't know. But Selena was like, well, I was in my feelings after the accident because I lost my son's dog too. But I apologize for not letting you know. So she just didn't come at all after the accident. She just didn't like, she was just like, but I don't understand why Latrice. Well, I guess if it was like an opening night and she got that car accident, then she had to find another bar. I don't know. It's confusing to me. Anyway, so Marie pulled Carrie to his side. Well, they make up anyway. Selena and Latrice make up. She apologized for not letting her know, and Latrice accepted that apology. But it's kind of confusing to me if she just got in a car accident on the way to the place, and she, I don't know. She just not show. She didn't show up. She had an accident, then she just didn't show up, and then not let her know that she had an accident. I don't know. I don't know how that communication went. Anyway, so Marie pulled Carrie to the side. Okay, she wanted to talk to her about how she shaded her when she came in, and so Marie said, when I came in, you said I came from space, and did. That's what I would have said, and did. Okay, but Carrie doubled down a little bit. She was like, well, it's a futuristic outfit. I was joking. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. I'd have been like, and did. And so then, Marie shaded her talking about, yeah, you look beautiful and stuff. She said, but this drawstring ponytail gotta go. You a Belle. This is some grandmama shit. Yeah, this grandma-ish. I'm sorry. It's not grandma shit. It's grandma-ish, her outfit. Hey, Marie, I agree with you. I totally agree with you, okay? It is grandma-ish. Okay, and the drawstring ponytail was not cute either. I got you. I feel you. We here on that, okay? But also, you still look like a Martian, okay? So I agree with Carrie too. You look like a Martian, and Carrie look like grandma, okay? I get you, okay? So then Carrie was like, no, this is timeless classic. No, baby. No. No, it ain't timeless nothing, baby. Stop it. Get some help. Okay. It ain't timeless nothing. Okay. So, yeah. Not so much, baby. Not so much. So then they turn to the mirror, and basically what you see in the mirror is a Martian in the mirror with her grandmama. Okay, what you I'm starting with the Martian in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his way. Yes, honey. It's giving more. They going to Sunday worship. Okay, the Martian and her grandmama. Okay. Anyway, Selena invites everybody to her son's all white event. Okay. So then Selena goes over, this is the next day or whatever. Selena goes over to visit her girls. Did any of the daughters get married? I just want to know. Did any of the daughters get married? I remember a lot of baby showers. I remember a lot of baby showers. But I don't remember any of these ladies getting married. And what happened to the clothing line? They had a clothing line last year or whatever. They had it they had all the stuff in the kitchen. They had little pop-up signs and stuff like that. What happened to that? They was doing clothing line. Yeah, I need to know what happened with all of that. Okay, did Selena's accident cause them not to finish the clothing line, or did somebody get knocked up again? And cause them not to do the clothing line. I don't know. I need some answers on what happened to this clothing line. Okay. But in confessional, she was just like, my daughters are having kids. She was like, who don't want their kid to start a family? I don't. I told my son, I was just like, you can give me a grandbaby or not. I said, because I don't really want any more kids to come into this world. I said, I just don't. Well, really, to come into this country, because this country is going downhill fast, and I don't know how to stop it. That's why I'm trying to move out. Okay, I don't know how to stop it, but it's going downhill fast, and I told him, I said, you can bring a child in this world or not. I'm not gonna be one of them grandmamas talking about, you ain't gonna give me no grandbaby. You ain't gonna give me no grandbaby. I ain't gonna be the one to say that. Okay. But my daughter niece, because I raised her, she had a baby, and so I'm just spoiling that little cute baby, But I told her the same thing though, but she still got knocked up. And if he started family too, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm gonna love everybody, but I tell him, hey, you ain't never got to do nothing. Give me no grandchildren. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Selena started talking to her kids about her son. I mean, not her, about her man, basically. And I thought about it, and I was just like, they too young, but no, they grown ladies. So she said, Selena said, Mike will say a couple words and expect me to understand. Didn't y'all say y'all had good communication before y'all got engaged? Did you understand them couple words then? And now you don't understand those couple words? Or is this like a storyline that you just want to make up? Because I don't understand. I don't understand, Selena. You are contradicting yourself. Okay? Listen, I love you. I want you. I want the best for you. Okay? And I feel bad because you had a seizure. I have seizures. I understand all of that, But I don't know when y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, and he said and she said you said y'all had better communication and stuff like that. Did you understand them few words then? I don't know. Girls said they like Mike, but they want their mama to be happy. So if Mike is not the man, they would like let him go. Okay. They want you to be happy. They don't really care nothing about Mike. They want you to be happy. So at the end, Marie break up with Martin. Okay. The end. Okay. All right. So that's the end of the episode. Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.